Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg. Today we're going to take a look at the XcelCase for the iPhone 4. This case comes in a variety of colors. It comes in slate, lemon peel, melon, grapefruit, merlot, concord, azul, gris-yellow, and midnight. And those are fancy ways for saying gray, yellow, orange, pink, red, blue, purple, green, and black. This is an aluminum, I'm going to call it an aluminum hybrid case because it's not 100% aluminum, and I'm going to tell you why that's a good thing when we get into the review. But it's made from a combination of ballistic plastic and 6061 T6 aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum, and it sells for $99. Let's take a look at the case. It's an aluminum case, but it's a two-piece slider style aluminum case. In the packaging, you're going to get the case itself, which we will get to in 1 second. You're going to get the installation tool that you need to put the case on and off, the hex wrench. This uses similar hex screws to many of the other aluminum style cases on the market. You'll get 2 extra screws because the case uses 2. They'll give you 2 more just in case you were to lose one or misplace one. So you'll keep those kind of in the package for safekeeping. Nice presentation box you get. I want to start off by telling you that XcelCase is made in the USA. Everything that goes into this product is made in the United States of America. It's really nice to see a company that is, staying here in the US, giving people jobs and making 100% of their product at home here in the United States. So, the aluminum case is, no secret. There's a bunch of those out on the market right now. Several of them, of course, suffer from reception issues. And that's why XcelCase decided to make a 2-piece case, the bottom piece of which is made from plastic. And why? Well, that's where the antenna portion of the iPhone 4 is located, and that's where all the issues seem to, live when it comes to reception issues, right around this little area here where the 2 antennas join together. XcelCase decided to, after doing some testing, not make their case from 100% aluminum, but instead join aluminum and plastic, and what the result is a case that does not suffer from any reception issues at all. And I'll get to that again once we get the case on. Before I put the case on, again, the top piece is made from 6061 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. It's lined with 2 pieces of cork, and you might think, well, those are there to stop the back of your phone from becoming scratched. Maybe they are, but what they're really there for is shock and impact absorption. If you drop your phone, these cork pieces are there to absorb the shock of the drop and hopefully, deflect the damage away from your iPhone and into the cork itself. So again, this top piece, all aluminum, bottom piece, ballistic plastic. It's a super tight fit. They make these cases with, very little room for error, and getting it on is a bit of a challenge. You do have to kind of force it to go on. It kind of slides along the iPhone's rails, if you will, where the glass meets the bezel or the antenna band, and it's just kind of like a slider case. You just kind of have to trust that it's going to go in, and once you get it kind of close to the top, it does become easier. I just say getting over that initial first push is a little bit hard to do. You can see because it just comes up over the bezel or to the bezel, you don't have any issues with the screen protector. No issues bubbling at all. You can have a screen protector on there, which is great, and it won't cause any bubbling. So once you get that top piece on, you take the bottom piece and you fit it in like so. And once it's all lined up, then of course you have to tighten the 2 screws that are located on the sides. You can see those there. So using the tool that they provide, you simply tighten them until you don't feel any more resistance. You don't want to over tighten them. As I've said in some of my other case reviews, you don't want to over tighten these screws because you could end up stripping them and then you'll never get your case off. If you like this case, go for it, and you'll have this case on your iPhone forever. But those of us that like to, take our case on and off, we're going to be careful and we're not going to over tighten the screws. So just tighten them until you don't feel any more resistance. This case isn't going to come off. You don't have to worry about getting it so tight that, it's going to fall off. It's not coming off. So once you get the screws in, you can see they kind of disappear into the 2 little holes there, and you really only see them when you're looking at it from the bottom. So let's take a look at the case up close now that I have it all installed. I already mentioned on the front You don't have any issues with a screen protector bubbling up. You do get a small amount of lay on the table design. You can see the edge of the aluminum and the plastic joined together to give you a small amount of lay on the table. Not as much as most cases, but not as little as none. So there is some. On the back, really nice look. This is the Concord color, which is a fancy way of saying blue. You can see it's kind of a blend of blue to black. The top portion where the aluminum is starts to blend to black as it gets to the bottom, and then the black plastic piece that joins together creates a really nice look. You can see the rather large cutout for the camera and the LED flash. Did not have any issues with any bouncing back of the flash. All my pictures came out nice and clear with this. On the bottom, you can see that there's 3 individual cutouts for the 30-pin dock connector, the main microphone, and the speaker. It's a bit of a small cutout, not as small as, say, the Apple bumper. I actually was able to dock my phone in my Griffin Simplify dock with this case on, which I was surprised. Many of the other aluminum cases, I'm not able to do so. So I imagine you'll be able to get some third-party chargers in here. Not every one, but some. On the side, one large cutout there for the vibrate switch and the volume buttons. It's real easy to access the vibrate switch. It's a nice big cutout. On the top, you see a large cutout for the sleep awake button, and then a second cutout for your headset jack, as well as your secondary microphone. You can see these little cutouts there where the black lines on the iPhone, kind of where the antenna band all joins together. What's nice about that is they opened those up and they made it all symmetrical. So there's 3 of them on there. Wherever there's a black line on the iPhone, there's a cutout. And that just looks good. They're not, just sort of stuck on there at random. I like the way it looks. The edge of the case, as you can see, has kind of a dimpled edge to it. And that runs, again, all along the outer edge of the case, including the bottom. That offers some really nice grip when you're holding it in your hand. Depending on how you hold the iPhone while you're using it, your fingers just kind of naturally rest inside that groove. So as far as reception goes, that's always the million-dollar question when it comes to the iPhone 4 and aluminum cases. No issues with me whatsoever with this case. I think XCel has done it right when it comes to an aluminum case. By adding this plastic piece at the bottom, they've solved what is a common problem with aluminum cases and reception, because there's no aluminum touching the crucial point of the iPhone's antenna band. That portion is plastic. They did all their testing. That's why they decided to go with this. I've done some testing with this case in the brief time that I've had it, and I have to say what they have said, is reality. I have seen no reception issues with this case. My only knock on it, it is heavy. If you don't like a heavy case, you're definitely not going to like this. It's probably the heaviest case I've tried. There's a lot of aluminum that's going into this case. Even though it's, aircraft grade aluminum, which is supposed to be kind of light, it's a pretty hefty chunk of aluminum. And because it's almost a slider style as opposed to just a bumper style, which is how many of the other aluminum cases are, it creates a good amount of weight in your hand. Now, some people are going to like that. It's super solid. I mean, it really feels like it's molded to the iPhone itself. There's no creaking, there's no movement. It doesn't slide. It feels great in your hand. As long as you're okay with a hefty, heavy style case, you'll probably like the XCel feel in your hand. So it's available in a ton of colors, $99. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now, this is my favorite aluminum case on the market. It's the one that offers you not only the greatest amount of choices when it comes to color, but the most protection. This is full body protection as opposed to just a bumper style. And it's also one that does not affect reception. I'm really digging the XcelCase. I will put a link in the video description where you can learn more about the XcelCase. Again, made in the USA, available for $99. If you have any questions about this case, feel free to drop me a line. Otherwise, you have a great day.